Hey guys, Johnny here again. Was watching one of Metal Mickey's videos recently on the subject of Kiss albums and the reviews, and he mentioned about 1984 and what albums were out compared to the Kiss album Animalize, and just mentioned there were so many better albums out there for that time. I'm going to go through some of the ones that I think are completely blow that album, you know, out, blow it away big time. There's going to be some that are slightly better, some of them you might not agree with, some you disagree with. Some albums are going to be ones that I see on the VC. These are all from '84. I think, in my eyes, I think a couple of bands that always get mentioned that I don't connect so much with these albums like a lot of you do. I'm going to start off with an amazing album, and this is definitely one of the best albums, or the best album of 1984. Definitely one of the best, and it is Wasp, and it's a self-titled Wasp album, and every single track on this album is just killer. And yeah, Blackie Lawless can do no wrong unless it's Eldorado album. So yeah, absolutely amazing 1984 album. I can't fault that at all. Okay, a couple of the songs are just they're really great compared to you know, most stuff that come out in that year. But yeah, 99.5% of that album is just absolutely killer. So I'm going to give it I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, to be quite honest. The album that I find mentioned in the VC, and I do like this band, don't get me wrong, I'm not slating the band, but I don't see where all the hype comes from for this album. I might lose some subscribers for this. The album is by the band Dokken, and the album is Tooth and Nail. Okay, yes, there's some booze going on right now, but I love the songs Just Got Lucky, Into the Fire, Alone Again, and that would be about it. I find the rest of that album a bit yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's still good. I'm not saying it's shit, because it's not shit. It's a good album, but I believe there's better albums out there, and Wasp is definitely one. So yeah, that one, I'm going to give that a 6.5 out of 10. So that's that one. Next one. This is another album that I see a lot of in the VC, and or a lot of people mention it, and is by the band Rat, Out of the Cellar. And okay, I actually listened to it. I've listened to this quite a few times as well, and this is actually far better than the Dokken. Wanted Man, Round and Round, I love that. Back for More is amazing, and the other songs on there are great. I'd say there's probably only one song on there that I was a bit like not really into that. Do you know what? I can't remember the song title, because I just listened to it all the way through, and I think I think it was lack of communication was one that I was a bit like, not too bad, but yeah, far better than the Tooth and Nail by Dokken, and that I would give an 8 out of 10. That one. Next one, I'm gonna go with the Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry, and this is one that yeah, a lot of people love Twisted Sister. I do like Twisted Sister, but to be quite honest, I can do with just the best of. That's it with me. I'm not a huge fan. I love all their I love the covers of the albums. I love their sort of attitude, and a lot of the songs that I like are actually on this album, like Burning Hell, Stay Hungry, We're Not Gonna Take It, I Wanna Rock, The Price. This will be the best, my favourite album of theirs. But I still think for a 1984, this is, I would say this is better than Dokken as well, but I prefer the Rat album over this. So actually no, I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10 as well. It's just there's probably a couple of songs on there, 2 or 3, that don't really do it for me. So I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. So the same as Rat. Then we go on to the UK version of Whitesnake Slide In. Now everybody knows that Whitesnake's my favourite band, so I'm going to score this high. No, I'm not. Yeah, this is an album I love to bits, and when I first heard it, I wasn't so keen. I preferred the earlier stuff, but I've grown to love this album a lot over the years, and it's not perfect, but I prefer this over the others. I like the Wasp album. I probably prefer this more than the Wasp, but that's just because I love Whitesnake more than I do Wasp, and it is a different type of album. So I'm actually going to give this an 8.5 out of 5. 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, and I gave Wasp 10. So I know that sounds a bit daft. Then we go on to oh, I did get the Kiss Animalize out. It's just there. Next, I would do that one next. So Animalize by Kiss. Mike had reviewed this recently. I like Heaven's on Fire. I like Thrills in the Night. Even that was probably the only song I liked back years ago anyway. And Heaven's on Fire. I've Had Enough is okay, but to be quite honest, like Mike said, there are far better albums out there than this for that age, and I agree with totally what he said. They're old men trying to keep up with the young boys, and I'm only going to give that what do I say? I'm going to give that a 4 out of 10. Oh, some boos in the background. I can hear them across the internet. Another album from '84, Judas Priest's on Defenders of the Faith. This is an album, one of the This album I've only actually owned for about 15 years, so I've listened to it quite a bit since then. This album, you know, you got Rock Hard Ride Free, Free Wheel Burning, Jawbreakers, Killer Intro, The Sentinel, Love Bites, Eat Me Alive, Some Heads Are Gonna Roll, Night Comes Down is about the best track on there ever. Heavy Duty is very poor, and Defenders of the Faith is a very poor song as well. So much better than the Kiss record. Anything Judas Priest has done is better than any Kiss record. So yeah, this I would only give this an 8.5 out of 10. The next one is going to be Europe, and it's their Wings of Tomorrow album. I had this from when I was very young, not this LP but the album, so when I was like 12, 13. This is quite a sentimental album to me. The only song on it that I really gets on my wick is the instrumental. Is it Amphasia? Okay, so what that is. Always Love, Storm Wind, Scream of Anger, Open Your Heart, Treated Bad Again is the weaker song. Well, actually, it's not really a weak song. It's just I'm not really keen on it so much. Wings of Tomorrow, amazing. Wasted Time, yes, amazing. Lion Eyes, yes. Dreamer, Dance the Night Away is a little bit weak, but to be quite honest, that is an 8.5 to 9 out of 10 album for me. Absolutely love that album. Like I said, I'd much rather stick that Europe album on than the Kiss one. Or some of the others. We're going to go on Bon Jovi's debut from 1984. An album that I've loved for many, many years. Probably my favourite Bon Jovi album. Okay, yeah, Get Ready is not the strongest song on there, but I love all the others, so I'm going to give that an 8.5 to 9 out of 10 for that one. I'd say the same. No, a 9 out of 10 for that one. I absolutely love that album. King Cobra, another album that's far better than the Dokken album. Yeah, this Mark III, Marcy III obviously, Carmen Apiece, Johnny Rod is on here, David Michael Phillips and Mick Sweeder on guitars, and yeah, just the song Hunger, that is one kick-ass tune. Breaking Out, Shadow Rider, Ready to Strike, just amazing. Tough Guys is the ballad, just 9 out of 10 for that one for sure. And next one, Great Whites Stick It album. This is the one with bonus on, so I'm not going to include those anyway. This is an album that most of you guys that have never heard Great White are into melodic hard rock, and if you like anything by most of the bands that are seen in the VC, Rat, Dokken, King Cobra, Rough Cut, Who else? TNT, Stone's Fury. Yeah, just anything American 80s hard rock. You must listen to this. This is an absolutely killer of a debut. Out of the Night, Stick It, listen to that. Substitute is a cover by the Who song. It's the Who song. Bad Boys is amazing. On Your Knees is awesome. And the standout track for me is Street Killer. Listen to the song Street Killer and I guarantee you'll go out and buy this album. So Great White, Street Killer. Then you've got the songs No Better Than Hell, Hold On is amazing, Nightmares, and then Dead End. The last few songs are not the best, but that there is definitely a 9.5 album for me. So absolutely awesome. Then we're going to go on to Survivor, Vital Signs. Yes, I do like Survivor, but only the Jimmy Jameson era. I've added this because it's a brilliant album. I think this is the first one with Jimmy Jameson. 1984. You know, you got Can't Hold Back, and I love that track. High on You, First Night, The Search Is Over, Broken Promises, Popular Girl, Everlasting. It's the singing, not the song. I See You in Everyone is amazing. This one's got the bonus track, The Moment of Truth, which is on a soundtrack, and I can't remember what it was on. I don't know if it was a Karate Kid soundtrack, film. I really can't think now what it was on. I'm just having a quick read. I can't see it. So yeah, this is another album that is absolutely, well, all the albums with Jimmy Jameson on are brilliant. I was a late starter with Survivor. I only started listening to their stuff really about three years ago, and absolutely amazing. TNT's debut, 1984, Knights of the New Thunder. If you can get around Ronnie Latecro's insane playing, guitar playing, then you'll love this. Seven Seas, killer song. Ready to Leave, killer. Classic Romance is just an instrumental, it's quite boring. Last Summer's Evil is cool. Without Your Love is a ballad. Is that supposed to be Thor the Hammer or Tor the Hammer? I don't know. Break the Ice, USA, a bit. Deadly Metal is just a bit shit. Knights of the Thunder. I don't know what they've put there. I think that's supposed to say Knights of the New Thunder, like the album title, but they've missed out the word new. That is a killer song, and the last the last track, get it right this time, is called Eddie. Check it out. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing song. 1984, Knights of the New Thunder. I will give that a 8 out of 10. Then we go on to Stone Fury, Burns Like a Star. Bruce Gowdy from Unruly Child, and Lenny Wolf of Kingdom Come sings on this. They only did 2 albums. I think this is Randy Castillo, who went on to play with Ozzy on drums. He was in this band, but I don't think it's not on this album. I think it's on the next one, I think. but I know that he plays in he plays drums, and you see him in one of the videos. I don't know if he's on the other album. But yeah, let's Break Down the Walls is a cool song. Life is Too Lonely, another one of their ballads. Burns Like a Star is amazing, and Shannon You Lose is another cool song. Even though it's got them cool songs, there's about 3 on there that ain't that great. Well, I really didn't get into, so I'm only going to give that a 7.5. Even though it's got them, I'm going to give it 7.8. Next one, another one from 1984, Dio's Last in Line, and definitely an album better than the Kiss one. And so yeah, We Rock, The Last in Line, absolutely awesome. Evil Eyes, Mystery, which is like a really cool song. Eat Your Heart Out, One Night in the City, Egypt. This is actually my favourite Dio album, and yeah, really cool. I'm going to give that a 9.5 out of 10. Then we go on to completely different album, genre. I wouldn't say complete, not really completely, but it's not far off. Metallica's Ride the Lightning from 1984. And do you know what, right? I don't give a toss what anybody says about Metallica's which one they think is their best album. I prefer this over everything else, and I can listen to this and I never get bored of it. So there you go. And I didn't get into Metallica until 93. I was into Megadeth well before Metallica, so yeah, and when I listened to this, it blew me away. That's a 10 out of 10 album for me. Next one, Iron Maiden's Power Slave. Another, I'm not going to say it's awesome, but it's a great album. A lot of people will say this is their favourite Iron Maiden album. It's not my favourite. Somewhere in Time is my favourite. Yeah, it's got great songs on it. Aces High, 2 Minutes to Midnight. It's got Power Slave, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. That is the only songs on this album that I love. So 1, 2, 3, the other 4 songs on it are just very, they're not even that for me. They're more sort of like, and I really don't like Lost for Words. Flush of the Blade I just found so boring. The Duelist, that's terrible. Sorry, Iron Maiden fans. Back in the Village, no. Compared to what came after this, this is I was quite disappointed with this. But the first 4 songs I said to you, they are absolutely amazing. That's why I just don't understand why they made them other songs that were pretty crap. So that's Power Slave. So for that reason, I've got to give that a 7.8 out of 10. And if it had a couple more amazing songs, I would have given that definitely a 9.5. Then that my last album from 1984 that I actually own. Actually, no, I got another one, but I don't know what it sounds like. If anybody knows what that sounds like and what they would rate it, let me know. Saxon's Crusade. I've had it for quite a few years and never listened to it yet. I didn't even know it was an '84 album, because even though it's a medieval cover, I thought that it was like a 1980s sort of, very early or late 70s. So I didn't even bother until I seen it on the internet. It was '84. And then an album that I will give 11 out of 10 all day long is Queensryche's The Warning. This is like absolutely blows me away. There is not a bad song on this album in my eyes. Everything about this album is absolutely the dog's balonies. So yeah, that one's getting an 11 out of 10. It's not possible, but it's getting it. This is definitely my favourite album of 1984, and yeah, just absolutely killer. And I know quite a few guys out there will agree with me about that. And yeah, 11 out of 10. That is it for my thing. Obviously I gave a few of those bands some really crappy ratings, but that's just how I see it. If you don't agree with it, put the names of the albums down in the down in my comments, and put what you would put them at, and we'll see. Cheers. Keep rocking, keep watching, keep listening. Cheers. See you later.